You open your phone for a minute and somehow lose an hour. You feel busy all day but cannot remember what you watched. So where exactly did your attention go? You check your phone without thinking while waiting in line. You open an app and instantly forget why you opened it. You switch between videos before the first one even finishes. You scroll late at night even when your eyes feel tired. You promise yourself just one more video. Then another one plays automatically, and another. You reply to messages hours later, but feel constantly online. You watch everything, but feel like you missed something. You sit with friends, but everyone glances at their screens. You hear a notification that was not even there. Your hand reaches for your phone before you notice it. And none of this feels unusual anymore. But something about it feels different. You used to focus on things longer without trying. Movies felt slower, but somehow more engaging. Conversations had fewer pauses filled with screens. Time felt heavier. Now everything feels lighter, but also more scattered. At first it seems random. Just habits, just distractions, just modern life. But there is actually a pattern, and this is where things get interesting. You notice how quickly you lose interest in longer videos. Even content you once loved now feels too slow. You skip intros, skip explanations, skip anything that takes effort. You crave the moment things get exciting. Then you skip again. You watch clips that end before they even begin. Your brain expects something new every few seconds. Even silence feels uncomfortable now. And this is not just you. Everyone seems slightly more impatient, slightly more restless, slightly more distracted than before. But that is not the strange part. The strange part is how normal it feels. You rarely question it anymore. It just blends into everyday life. And this is where the pattern starts to appear. Think about how content is structured now. Short clips, fast cuts, constant stimulation. Every second tries to grab your attention. Every moment competes with the next. Nothing is allowed to be boring. Nothing is allowed to be slow. Because slow means you leave, and leaving means losing. So everything speeds up. Even your thoughts start speeding up. Even your patience starts shrinking. And this is where things begin to shift. You start expecting real life to feel like this too. You expect conversations to be instantly interesting. You expect people to reply immediately. You expect constant engagement without effort. But real life does not work like that. So it starts to feel off. Moments feel empty if nothing is happening. Waiting becomes uncomfortable. Silence becomes something to escape. And this is where things get heavier. Because now it is not just about content. It is about how you experience everything. You find it harder to sit with one thought, harder to read without checking your phone, harder to watch something without skipping ahead, harder to just be still. But something else is happening. You are not choosing this consciously. It feels automatic. Almost like your attention is being guided somewhere. And this is where the scale expands. This is not just about individual habits anymore. It is happening across millions of people at once. Entire platforms are built around this behavior. Entire cultures are forming around short bursts of content. Trends appear and disappear within days. Information moves faster than we can process it. And attention becomes the most valuable thing. Because attention decides what survives and what disappears. And this is where the system reveals itself. Short videos are not just content. They are designed environments. Every swipe teaches your brain something. Every like reinforces a pattern. Every second shapes your expectations. And none of it is random. The algorithm learns what keeps you watching. Then it gives you more of that. Faster, stronger, more addictive. It removes friction. It removes pauses. It removes anything that might slow you down. because slowing down risks losing your attention. And attention is the product. But that is not the strange part. The strange part is how invisible it feels. It feels like you are choosing what to watch. But the system is choosing what you see next. It predicts what will hold you longer, then feeds it to you instantly. No effort required, no waiting, no resistance. And this is where your attention starts changing. It adapts to speed. It adapts to constant novelty. It adapts to quick rewards. And slowly, it forgets how to slow down. And this is where things get deeper. Because your brain begins to expect stimulation everywhere, even when there is none. You sit in a quiet room and feel restless. You watch a normal video and feel impatient. You read a paragraph and lose focus halfway through. And it is not because you cannot focus. It is because your environment trained you differently. But something about it feels off, because you remember a version of yourself that felt different. A version that could stay with one thing longer. A version that did not need constant input. And that version still exists somewhere. But it feels harder to access now. And this is where things get personal. You start noticing small changes in your daily life. You interrupt yourself more often. You check your phone mid-thought. You lose track of conversations more easily. You forget what you were doing minutes ago. And none of it feels dramatic. It just feels slightly off. But that is how it works. Small shifts over time, barely noticeable in the moment, but significant when you step back. And this is where things connect, because it is not just about entertainment. It is about how your mind processes the world. Attention is how you experience reality. And when attention changes, everything feels different, even if you cannot explain why. And this is where things get interesting again, because the system does not force you. It invites you. It rewards you. It adapts to you. So it never feels like control. It feels like preference. But preferences can be shaped. And this is where the loop completes. You watch short content because it feels good. It feels good because your brain adapted to it. Your brain adapted because you kept watching. And the cycle continues. Faster each time, stronger each time, more automatic each time. And this is where the quiet realization appears. Maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe your attention did not suddenly break. Maybe it was slowly reshaped. One swipe at a time, one clip at a time, one moment at a time. And this is where you start noticing it differently. Not as a failure, but as a pattern. A system you are inside. A system that feels invisible, but shapes how you feel every day. And once you see it, you cannot fully unsee it. You notice how quickly you reach for your phone, how quickly you get bored, how quickly you move on, even when nothing is wrong. And this is where things become quiet again, because the system does not need you to notice it. It works whether you do or not. But noticing changes how it feels, even slightly, even subtly. And maybe that is enough. Because at the beginning, you asked where your attention went. And now the answer feels a little clearer. It did not disappear. It was redirected, shaped, fragmented into smaller pieces, spread across endless moments. And still, every day, you open your phone for a minute, and somehow lose an hour.